In the U.S. media landscape, two of the most significant local broadcast conglomerates are Nexstar Media Group and Sinclair Broadcast Group. Together, they own and operate large numbers of television stations across many markets, shape local news coverage, and wield influence in how viewers receive national and local content. This video will give a comparative look at their origins, growth, business models, and controversies. Let's start with Nexstar Media Group. Nexstar was founded in 1996 by Perry A. Sook, beginning with the purchase of a single TV station, WYOU, in Scranton, Pennsylvania. From that start, Nexstar pursued an aggressive acquisition strategy, buying local stations across medium and large markets and integrating digital delivery capabilities over time. In its corporate evolution, Nexstar merged its broadcasting and digital arms into a unified operating structure and has expanded into owning or operating networks. A few of these would be the CW, News Nation, and Antenna TV, in addition to its portfolio of local stations. Nexstar is currently the largest owner of local television stations in the United States. It owns or operates nearly 200 television stations across many U.S. markets, covering both major and smaller locales. Its reach includes both major network affiliates such as ABC, CBS, NBC, or Fox, as well as My Network TV affiliations and independent or digital networks. On the networks side, Nexstar holds 75% ownership of the CW and operates or distributes multiple multicast or streaming properties. Nexstar claims to produce over 316,000 hours of programming annually across its television and digital operations. Nexstar emphasizes localism, that is, strong local news, local content, and connection to individual communities as a competitive advantage. It combines revenue from traditional broadcasting, such as advertising or retransmission fees, with digital ad content licensing and network distribution. Nexstar also looks for scale and efficiency through consolidation across its station groups. In August 2025, Nexstar announced a major acquisition of Tegna, Inc. for about $6.2 billion, which would further expand its footprint. Perry Sook remains a central figure as founder, chairman, and CEO of Nexstar. The board comprises a mix of media, financial, and governance experts. Sook has deep experience in all aspects of the industry. Some challenges and issues that Nexstar is facing include regulatory scrutiny, because broadcast ownership is subjected to the FCC's regulation. Large acquisitions like that of Tegna must clear oversight. Also, integration risk. Merging systems, cultures, and operations across many previously independent stations is complex. Audience shifts. Like all legacy media, Nexstar must manage transitions to streaming, cord cutting, and changes in viewer habits. And lastly, local versus national balance. Maintaining local content quality while gaining scale and efficiency is a tension. Now let's cover Sinclair. Sinclair traces its roots to Julian Sinclair Smith, who had earlier launched an FM radio station in Baltimore in 1960 and later branched into television. In 1971, under the name Chesapeake Television Corporation, the company launched its flagship TV station, WBFF, in Baltimore. In the 1980s, Smith and his sons consolidated their independent television holdings into the Sinclair Broadcast Group structure. This includes stations in Baltimore, Columbus, and Pittsburgh. By the 1990s, Sinclair expanded aggressively via acquisitions and use of innovative operational models to control more stations. Sinclair is the second largest TV station operator and owner in the United States, owning or operating roughly 190 to 200 stations in over 100 markets, covering about 40% of U.S. households. Its portfolio includes network affiliates such as ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, My Network TV, and the CW, and multicast digital networks plus other media assets. Sinclair also owns or has stakes in sports and digital networks such as the Tennis Channel, and invests in streaming and original programming. Like Nexstar, Sinclair combines revenues from advertising, retransmission consent, digital advertising, and network affiliations. Sinclair has historically emphasized operational scale using centralization, content sharing, mandatory segments, and cost efficiencies.
There's a lot of attention around Sinclair Broadcasting and its conservative bent. This is a company that owns stations all across the country. And last month I reported that the company was mandating its local stations to produce these media-bashing promos. There's been a lot of angst in local newsrooms about this. Now we're actually seeing the promos, so I want to show you what they look like. This is a compilation courtesy of Deadspin that's gone viral this weekend. Just a little taste of what these promos look like.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarmingly, some media are true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
The company has also been more overt in political positioning. Critics and analysts have long accused Sinclair of inserting conservative-leaning content or slant, or centrally mandated must-run segments with ideological tone. Though a publicly traded company, Sinclair remains under significant family control via the Smith family, descendants of Julian Sinclair Smith. This family control helps maintain editorial and strategic direction, even in a public company structure. Their controversies and critiques include political bias accusations. Sinclair is frequently criticized for promoting right-leaning or partisan content across local stations, and for requiring stations to air must-run segments on political commentary guided by corporate policies. Because Sinclair's growth hinges on acquiring more stations, it's often in the crosshairs of FCC scrutiny, particularly regarding media concentration and ownership caps. In markets where local stations are perceived as having a political agenda, viewer trust may suffer, which can undermine news ratings and local engagement. Critics argue Sinclair sometimes prioritizes national messaging over local autonomy, which constrains station-level decision-making. Nexstar and Sinclair are both powerful forces in U.S. broadcasting, each with different historical roots and strategic emphases. Nexstar leans more on localism and growth by acquisition, whereas Sinclair more aggressively integrates content control and ideological consistency across its stations. Understanding them is crucial to understanding how local news, programming, and political messaging are shaped in U.S. media markets. Recent headlines about Jimmy Kimmel's late-night show illustrate how the pressure to shape broadcast media isn't theoretical, it's happening in real time. The sitting U.S. president publicly celebrated rumors of Kimmel's possible cancellation and even suggested that other hosts, like Seth Meyers and Jimmy Fallon, should be taken off the air. When political leaders cheer for or openly call for the removal of specific voices, it feeds a broader effort to narrow the range of perspectives we hear. This isn't an isolated skirmish. As I noted earlier, the CW network's creation back in 2006, under CBS executive Les Moonves, marked the end of outlets like UPN and WGN that had carried a wide array of Black-led programming. That shift quietly erased many shows that served diverse audiences. Today, contrarian late-night hosts such as Kimmel or Colbert challenge the uniform conservative messaging some in power would prefer to see echoed across the country. The impulse to centralize and control the conversation, whether through corporate consolidation or political pressure, is not new. What we are witnessing now is simply the latest chapter in a long campaign to make broadcast media reflect a single narrative. You've just watched one of my videos, but did you know there's an entire Antoinetteverse? On my namesake YouTube channel, I dive into current events and share my critical commentary. Over on Instagram, you can keep up with my life as a writer and educational specialist. On the Write Life blog, I explore how reading, writing, and emotional expression help us to grow. And on my Substack, I publish personal essays and sometimes share sneak peeks from my upcoming book. Wherever you join me, thank you for being here. And I'll see you in the next one.